Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to get into Granite Fang. We're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to talk about the Granite Fang character, ownership, infrastructure, okay? And this is a proposed infrastructure for owning a player character. And this is extremely complicated. My apologies. You will only understand the content in this video if you watch it in the order it resides within the playlist. You have to watch it in the playlist because I just don't want to repeat a bunch of stuff, and I want this to be understandable by you. Sorry to give you homework. You have to watch this in the order of the playlist or you will not have any context for it. All right, what are we going to talk about today? Scott, you said that I can't sell my player character for US dollars. That's silly and wasteful, and I can't get any value out of it. And what I'm going to say today is that you are 100% wrong. You could not be more wrong if you cut your wrong sandwich with a wrong knife and then dipped it in wrong sauce. You're wrong. And now, and I want to get into this, and I want to talk about why it's important we establish player character ownership and simultaneously establish that Dungeons and Dragons player characters can be owned, but they absolutely cannot be sold for US dollars or used to profit. It's just wrong. And how there's still tons of value in the Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure. Okay, let's get into this. All right. So if I can't sell it for US dollars, what's the point? What's the value? What's in it for me? Well, I'm going to tell you. The fixing of you as an individual, the fixing of me as an individual, the fixing of our culture of capitalism and profit and grind and the rat race, the fixing of our society as a whole. All right, okay, let's get into this. All right, hey, you're on Scott Garibay's channel, right? I don't think Dungeons and Dragons is a game. I think it's the most powerful tool for human improvement, human transformation, and human security that has ever been created anywhere. All right. I think it's the most powerful secular tool to accomplish improvement, transformation, and security for an individual human. I don't think it's a game in any way. I don't think it ever was a game. It isn't a game now, and it never will be a game. It's far more, right? It's saying that like Ariana Grande is a McDonald's employee. Yeah, she worked at McDonald's once. That doesn't mean Ariana Grande is a burger flipper, right? You understand? Like it's even more like it's wrong. It's completely wrong understanding. All right. So why on earth would we go through the trouble of establishing that we own these D&D player characters, but we can't sell them for US dollars? Well, in order to improve ourselves, transform ourselves, and secure things for ourselves and for everyone in a better structure, right? What are the most valuable questions in the world today? What are the important questions in the world today, right? Let me tell you what they are. They're the ones that Google can't answer. What's the capital of Nairobi? What's the capital of, what's the capital of Russia? What is 75 divided by 924, right? All useless, foolish, useless questions. Don't serve anybody, right? Because Google can answer them in a second. But you know what the questions are? Like, how is the human heart divided, right? Google ain't going to answer that, right? But those are the most important questions today, right? And this is the point. You and I are not muggles, man. We are the wizards of this world. And I truly believe, right? I'm a huge fan of J.K. Rowling, and I believe that there are these narrative navigators. I think that Gary Gygax was Gary Gygax. Ain't nobody like him, okay? But Frank Herbert, J.K. Rowling, these are narrative navigators. And they are pointing the world toward a reality that the world can achieve, right? And actually, in J.K. Rowling's case, I think she's pointing at a reality that has been achieved, right? And what is that reality? That reality is that that the world is split. The world is split. There's muggles and there's wizards. And this is what I'm saying, right? You want to sell your player character for $50, right? But I'm telling you, that's muggle work, baby. It ain't for you and me, right? We're Manifold Sentient. We speak with a thousand mouths. We feel with 1,000 hearts. We think with 1,000 minds. Money ain't the end of it. Money ain't even the start, right? Like, we deserve more. We deserve better. And these player characters are beyond dollar value. No amount of money in the world is worth a single Dungeons and Dragons character, because it is a new form of art, a new form of literature, a new form of catalyst, a new form of peak intellectual emotion, intellect, and spirituality. It is beyond its value is beyond dollars. It is dirty and disgusting to sell pure, beautiful shards of light for dollars. And we are beyond it. Beyond it. It's not for us. We, with the player characters, will show the world that there are things that are more valuable than dollars. All right? The only thing that can be used to purchase a Dungeons and Dragons character are honor, love, and wisdom. All right? And when you find someone that you honor, when you find someone that you love, when you find someone who you have given wisdom to, when you find someone who has given wisdom to you, that is who you give your player character to, and no one else, because they are the only one with the capital to buy it. This is a shard of Gary Gygax's legacy. It cannot be bought with something as base, something as menial, something as useless as the US dollar. We are beyond it, right? And there is a chance that this nation, America, will be, we tried, and I was on the front lines of it, right? I followed a guy named Andrew Yang, right? And he talked about UBI. He said, what if no one in this nation had less than $1,000 a year? I'm sorry, $1,000 a month. What if no one in America could starve? What if no one in America couldn't afford shoes on their feet? What if no one in America couldn't put a roof, not a great one, but some kind of roof over their head? What if everybody had capital? What if everybody was cut in, right? And it failed spectacularly. I didn't even think that UBI was a good idea. But I followed and I supported Andrew Yang with a passion, because I saw that this guy was a visionary and his vision was beyond mine, right? And he failed. But we get to try now. We get to show the world, right, that things of hyper value, that there are things that can be beyond the value of a US dollar. And this isn't about, right? What is this about? It's about upholding Gary's legacy, right? This is not about making another buck. You want to make another buck? Go do it in the 1 million ways that have already been established. Every dungeon master on this planet, every dragon master on the planet, right now, if you sign on for Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure, we can say player characters are the most valuable secular object in the world. They are beyond the value of the US dollar. We do not trade them for anything less than love, honor, and wisdom. That is the currency they are bought with, right? And if we can do that for player characters, maybe the world can do that for roofs, for shoes, and for food. We can change the world with Dungeons and Dragons. This is what I've been talking about for 5 years. Stop cutting goblins in half with Dungeons and Dragons and start cutting your own selfishness, your own vanity, and your own limitations in half with Dungeons and Dragons. And the Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure is how we get it done. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Not a thing more and not a thing less. Please consider, and my humble opinion isn't the important part. The important part is your humble opinion. When you get in the comments below and send your traffic, please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.